Hola culés, Barcelona is into the semifinals of the UEFA Champions League, and that is right. Despite Barcelona losing 3-1 and losing their win streak is over for the 2025, and it's a taste of a sweet loss. I am going to be positive. I am not going to be dramatic. I am not going to be overly dramatic is what I should say, but I am going to be happy that Barcelona has not made the semifinals, have not made the top 4 in the UEFA Champions League in 6 years, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back. We are back. I am going to be shameless. I don't care how it was done. Oh my goodness, did Barcelona and Barcelona fans have suffered throughout the years in the UEFA Champions League? We have suffered against La Roma. We have suffered against Liverpool. We have suffered against Bayern Munich. And now, Barcelona. It doesn't matter if we suffer tonight because, boy, we did suffer there for a minute after that 3-1. And there was like 10 minutes left. Every single chance for Borussia Dortmund felt like they may score again. And Chesney didn't even know what it was like to lose a game with Barcelona until now. And if there's a silver lining, guys, I know Barcelona is the one team in the Champions League that can make it to the top 4 and still make us feel like we just lost it all. And we have not. We are still, everything's still right in front of us. And today was a very difficult Champions League match day. PSG lost to Aston Villa 3-2, and they gave up 2 goals in the span of like I think it was span was like 2 to 3 minutes. It was something crazy like that, and then they had like another 15 minutes to tie that series, and they ended up not scoring any more goals. And PSG and Barcelona, the best 2 teams in the world today that we know, lost the game. So that goes to show you how quickly things can turn around in a UEFA Champions League clash. And hey, we'll just be happy we are on to the next round. That was a big piece of big humble pie for Barcelona. An absolutely horrendous, the worst performance of the year, and that is not good. It's not good that Barcelona just played the worst game of the year, and it was today. But if there was a game where I felt like it was good to lose this win streak, because that is something that gives you a lot of pressure, right? You don't want to go into a UEFA Champions League final with an unbeaten streak in 2025. I think it's good that Barcelona lost a game because we don't want to be undefeated, and play an important match. I think it's good to that's not hovering over us. I think it's better that we get that out the way and we're not thinking about that we are undefeated and that we haven't lost this year. I think if there's ever a game, right, we don't want it to be the UEFA champ. We don't want it to be La Liga. We don't want it to be a semifinals, or we don't want it to be the final, or we don't want it to be the Copa del Rey, or even La Liga, right? So if there's a game, I would say that it has to be this one. So let's get into the game. Barcelona, Girassi scored 3 goals tonight. That is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely horrendous. He is not that good. He's very overrated. Now he's going to be the top scorer for the UEFA Champions League, and like I said, that is overrated because he is not that good. How can we give up 3 goals to him? Especially because we had Araujo. Somebody can really match up with him and stop him. But of course, Chesney, one of the things that he's been consistent is a giving up penalty kicks in the same way. I don't know if he goes too late or if he goes too soon, but he always seems to try to get the ball and he always gets the player. That is just plain and straight. That is exactly what he's been doing. I think that's his third or fourth penalty kick that he has been given. But what a dreadful first half, guys. I mean, unbelievable. What the first half, we didn't even have a shot on target. We didn't have a shot on goal. You can't allow Borussia Dortmund to play you that well. And as you can see, in the first game of Barcelona against Borussia Dortmund, every player was on green. Every single player, man. And all the Borussia Dortmund players were all in yellows. All the ratings in yellows, and as you can see, it's actually the other way around for this game in particular, and that's insane, man. Like for me, the first thing that I want to say is, we rotated players, but it wasn't a lot of rotations. We rested Pedri, we rested Martinez for obvious situations. We rested Martinez because had he gotten a yellow, he misses the first game, the first leg of the semifinals. We didn't want that, so we rested him. And that was Araujo, who had an unbelievably bad, unbelievable. I cannot believe how pathetic, how bad Araujo was in this game. And it wasn't like every single thing he was doing wrong. Like he did make some good plays in this game. He did offer some size, but he made the biggest mistakes in the whole game. Like, and he's the captain. You cannot do that. Especially that goal, the third goal for Girassi. He literally tries to clear the ball, but super weak, and leaves the ball hanging at the feet of Girassi, who just taps it in. It's like a gift from heaven, bro. And you cannot allow them. That gives them momentum. That gives them more energy to keep pushing. And in that moment, it was like the 76th minute, man. You can't do that. I really just can't understand how much we just keep suffering in the Champions League. It's just incredible. Frankie de Jong to me was very clinical the whole game. I love him so much, and the only reason why his game wasn't better rated is because Gavi was pulling up another stinker on the other side of the pivot area. He is not a pivot. But Gavi did not play a good game. I cannot believe how bad Gavi played in this game. Lamine Yamal was very off as well, was never making the right decisions, never making the right plays. And Rafinha, one of the worst games I've ever seen Rafinha played. He didn't make a good pass. He didn't make a good cross. He didn't even make a good run. Every time we're getting a trend here for the last couple 4 to 5 games where everybody is just hero balling all night long. Rafinha had 2 chances where he could have passed and he tried to hero ball and score the goal. Lamine Jamal had a few passes where he could have done something different. Let alone Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez had so many chances where he could, pass it to the forward, give something, create something, but he just keeps taking the shot and keeps missing. You cannot keep doing the same thing over and over and expect different results. Lewandowski, it was just awful. Like just slowing down every play. Again, not taking a single shot. And if you're not taking a single shot, you're not scoring goals. You're not providing anything. I think Ferran Torres should have came in. He came out the 86th minute. He should have came out at like the 60th minute. He was literally one less player on the pitch. Like, we gotta make some changes. And Hansi Flick was a little gun shy, taking him off. A little gun shy taking Lamine Yamal. Came off on the 70th minute. Gavi came out. I like that he took a Gavi out and he put in Pedri. As soon as Pedri came in, with him and Frankie de Jong, it's a totally separate story. It's a totally different story. I love when he plays. In the first half, it was so bad that Gerard Martin was actually the best player on the pitch. That is insane. We cannot allow Gerard Martin to be our best player on the pitch in the first half. That's insane, man. You cannot. Like, if I am Rafinha, if I am Lamine Yamal, if I am Frankie de Jong, if I'm Fermin Lopez, I am taking this personal, and I want to be better. And I don't think a lot of these players were ready for the moment. We could not suffer. We cannot suffer this game like this. It was just unbelievably bad. Unbelievable bad game for the whole team in general. For the exception of Chesney, who had a couple of saves. And I guess Fermin Lopez was good, but he wasn't, the final third, the final touch, that very key moments of the game where he was just not great. Ferran Torres came in. I couldn't even notice him. I think he came in way too late. And then Rafinha was on the right, and at some point when Lamin Jamal came off, and I even thought that Kunde didn't have a good game, and the whole team, guys, take a look. I mean, this is pathetic. Just because you're winning 4-0. And there's one analyst that said something about the Arsenal against Real Madrid that makes a lot of sense. He said there's a possibility for Real Madrid to make a comeback because no matter how you slice it, no matter how you tell the players, Arteta is going to tell Arsenal players, let's play this game like it's a nil-nil game and it's all brand new game. And no matter how many times you say that, no matter how you say that, the players know in the back of their minds that we are winning by 3. And there's always that complacency. There's always and Borussia Dortmund came out with more energy, better physically, came out with more momentum, and actually had more determination for this game. And you cannot let a team back in this game after you winning 4-0 the first game, and you cannot let them out physical, outsmart you, and you cannot let them come out with more determination. That those things are like the pillars of just being a good football team. But hey, it's the Champions League. I don't want to make a big deal about it, but how can we feel good onto the next round after playing a stinker like this? After knowing that we allowed a team who is in the Bundesliga in like the 10th or 12th place in the Bundesliga and at home beat us 3-1, not being the best team in the world. We are the best team in the world, and you cannot allow that. And we have to show that every single game. I don't care what the difference, what the aggregate is. It's just my opinion, and I thought it was a big piece of humble pie. And hey, guys, I hope I could say better things. I hope I could say be more positive, but there's not much positive to say about a performance like this, and I'm sure Hansi Flick is going to lose his mind after a performance the way Barcelona played tonight. But let me know down in the comments who was your man of the match. For me, my man of the match, I have to say Pedri. Even Pedri coming in the second half, I didn't think he had the best game. I would say that my man of the match would probably be Frankie De Jong. I just gotta be honest. I thought his whole game was good, very solid, even in the second half. And when Pedri came in, he looked even better. So I would say Frankie De Jong is my man of the match. Unfortunately, there's games where I don't even know who can be because there's so many. But today, I don't even know who because nobody played great. So let's just silver lining here. Just we're on to the semifinals. We're on to the next round. We're in the top 4, and let's get this Champions League is still within our reach, and we can still get the job done. Let's hope for a much better semifinal round against Bayern or Inter Milan. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and as always, Visca el Barça.